Hi, it's Carrie with Picasso Cat Treasures again, and today I'm going to do a opening a jewelry jar video. And if you wonder where to get these, I always pick them up at Goodwill or Savers when I get them. I also can find them a lot of the time, not jars, but just bags, at the local consignment shop I go to. She'll weed out the stuff that hasn't sold and she'll just put it all in a bag, and it's wonderful because it's all wearable jewelry. It's all that was up for sale. So you can find them again at thrift stores and consignment shops, and you have to get there at the right time, and I usually don't. Somebody else gets there usually. But also you can go to garage sales. Many times they'll have boxes of jewelry. I will often just say, what will you take for the whole box? And it often takes them off guard, but they'll go, I don't know, 25 bucks, take it. Have I ever lost money on a jewelry jar? You know, because I'm not really a jewelry person. I like to look at it, but I'm as far as wearing it, I don't wear jewelry very often. So I'm always selling it. And I sell it, of course, on eBay, and that's really it, eBay. But have I ever lost money on a jar or a bag? No. I've never lost money. I have had a few where I just covered my costs and I kept a few pieces of jewelry and I figured it was a good deal. I've had times where I've made a great deal of money. I've had boxes. One of the most recent purchases I did was I offered for all of the jewelry they had at this estate sale. And when I got it home, there were 2 pieces of gold in it. And I bought all the jewelry for $100 and immediately sold 3 or 4 of the pieces that weren't gold for $25, $50. And then the gold went for $170. And then several other things in the box went. And then I lumped everything together and sold that. So, you know, sometimes it's the luck of the draw, but it's worth trying. So this one I got at Savers, and I don't have one in my town, but I visit a town regularly where we have one. I don't know how you are all getting these incredible deals on jars. I see people, they're like, I paid $12 for this jar and I got my military discount, and on top of that I got my 30% off, and I got this for $2. I mean, they seem to get them for really cheap. I didn't, but I wanted to do a jewelry jar anyway, so I bought the one I liked, $24.99. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch the view here, and I'm going to open it live. Not live. I'll open it on film. And then, you know, we'll talk about what I found. Okay. See you as I switch the view. So this was sealed. I just opened it. I bought it a few days ago, so I'm going to tell you it was hard not to open it. So what attracted me to the jar was this was right on top. I really like this enamel butterfly. Let me bring it closer. I'm going to learn how to do this. Wait a minute. And it does not have any markings. I don't think it is a valuable piece, but I liked it. And of course, the problem with jewelry jars often is you pretty much pull out everything all at once. It's not terribly messy. It's not as bad as the ones I bought on eBay. I bought lots of jewelry on eBay, and they've been horribly, tangled. I've spent days untangling. It's kind of therapeutic. This I really like. It's actually missing a stone, but I really like the 2 stones. But I like the piece. Possibly the stones are in the jar. I probably doubt it. But a really handy person would not have much of a problem either finding replacements or maybe even making this into a bracelet. So it is probably, I'll put in one of my jewelry lots that I sell just for crafts so that people can use them. But it's beautiful, but it's missing 2 stones. And I don't know if those are standard stones. Very hard to find stones that match. Okay, so then this pin, I also have my Oculus. I always have that, so I can take a look at, obviously, whether it's signed or unsigned, and whether it has a stamp of any kind of precious metal on it. This does not have anything on it. So, I'm not going to see it. Just a little L to Pretty. And it's not signed, nor does it appear to be anything valuable. And I have broken beads. I don't like it when the broken beads are put in the jars. Okay, so I've got one of what is obviously 2 earrings. This doesn't seem to have, I don't think it's, can't tell if it's missing anything or it's supposed to look like that at the top. Okay. And here's just a nice little piece of jewelry, not, just little beads. Nothing special about this piece, but somebody might like it to do layering with. And, okay, so I have a watch face. This could be a crossover item because it's a watch face and it's got the Toyota symbol on it. Okay, so sorry about my finger. I bashed my finger in a cabinet. It's got the Toyota symbol on it. So if somebody might be collecting Toyota items, that would be a great deal for them. I don't know if it works. Unfortunately, watches and I do not get along all that well. So here is another piece of jewelry. Does not appear to be a precious metal, and it is also missing a stone. It is. And I don't, just from my eyes, I don't think it is. I don't think it's signed, and I just can't see anything. But I think it's awfully pretty. If you could find a rhinestone to fit that, that would be really nice. That's the hard part, is finding the rhinestone. So this would be another thing that I would put in a lot for a crafter. And those are actually a lot of fun. I like my crafters lots. This is just I don't know what that is. Maybe a button cover, but there's nothing on the back like jewelry. And maybe some more. Another, what appears to be a piece that came off of something. I don't know what that is. So I'm putting those over in the section of stuff to sell in a craft lot. This one says Aloha. It's definitely not one piece, so we're going to put that in our craft lot as well. Okay, so far, I haven't found gold yet. I don't think I've ever found it in a jewelry jar, but I know people do. Okay, this is Timex. Just a watch face. All right. And let's see what we got here. This is it's an interesting piece. It is it's hard to read. A Linnell. It's kind of got an interesting look to it. Another watch face. Okay, and a lock. I guess it was probably used as a pendant, maybe for some steampunk. So that's another thing. If you have a crafter's lot, you can put steampunk in the wording, and because people will use pieces of it and make their own jewelry for things like that. That looks to be an ear cuff, I think. All right, so sometimes the sorting is a little difficult on these because they're all tangled. Okay, this appears to be in one piece. It is not precious, but it is a nice piece of costume jewelry. I don't think it's vintage. It might be, but I don't think so. It's just a fun little piece. And then I have another, here's the other. Okay, so there is a stone missing. This is the other one of this jewelry set. And one of the stones, again, is missing, which is why I always look at the bottom of a jar before I decide to put it in my craft box, because you might find the missing piece. Okay, so this, I have no idea. Icing, so it doesn't seem to do anything, but there's no clasp on it. So it's a piece for the craft box. And so this is Oleg Cassini. This is an Oleg Cassini watch face. No idea if it works or not, but because of the name Oleg Cassini, I would definitely spend time looking that up to see if it was worth anything, because that's no slouch in the fashion and design industry. And this, I can't get it undone. Oh, yes, I can. I don't know what this is either. Appears to be a button top or something that was on another piece of jewelry. It's pretty. So again, a crafter would maybe use that to make a one-of-a-kind piece of jewelry. I'm getting rid of the beaded things that are actually coming off the bead strain. So, okay, so I don't know what this is, but I guess I better look at it. It's a clip, but I have no idea. But it has some writing on it. I don't know. No. Oh, something about Hawaii, the Hawaiian Islands. So who knows? Maybe it went with my little bracelet over there. Maybe. Okay. So, ooh, I'm not good at. I've always found with jewelry, before you get too frustrated with it, undo it first and see if it just fishes. It's, just undo the one piece you're trying to get loose. And see, that came right out. And this I like a lot. I don't think it's vintage. If it were, it would be something you would have seen in the 70s. It's a velvet cord with a really pretty, really pretty pendant on it in an like amber colors. It does have a stone missing, so it's going to go into my pile, my stack for people who craft, but I may keep the velvet necklace part and use it for another pendant, because that would be something you could do. My pendant needs a necklace, or my necklace needs a pendant. Okay, so we're moving on to another piece that's I may have to stop the camera and sort this a little better because I'm struggling. Okay, so this is a best friend's necklace. If I don't find the other part, I will just put it in my craft lot. And, okay, let's see. I don't know. It's a very long chain of something. Let me see if I can get it. It's obviously just a long kind of a statement chain. Oh, it's a double layer. It's a two multi-strand, but it's really just two. That's actually really pretty. That would be very nice with a white blouse. Just hide it under your white blouse and let it show a little bit. Very pretty. I like that. That's definitely a sell separately item. This is, I'm just going to throw aside the things that obviously aren't anything. And I may stop the tape for a minute so I could undo some of this and come back, because I don't think anybody wants to sit and watch me untangle jewelry. Perhaps you do, but I doubt it. I really doubt it. And I can't even get some of this out of the jar, so it's better for me to stop it, and I'll be right back. I'm back. I finally got everything sorted. Now let me say, before I start out, it's going to be a long time before I ever buy a jewelry jar from Savers, because I was shocked at how much of it was just broken. And I really don't think that's the idea of a jewelry jar. It may be stuff that didn't sell, but it doesn't have to all be broken. So most of this is going to have to go into my, and I'll scooch this up a little bit, into a box that I will later sell by the pound just for craft supplies. And some of them are really nice, but I have several watch faces. There weren't any things of value really at all. The only thing that I could say there might have been, there were like these pieces. This is a necklace that maybe if I had time I could piece it back together with glue, and I might be able to do that. I may, but I don't know. I may work on that. That might be worth the time, because all the stones are there, but it's just coming apart, and I couldn't figure out how it went together, so this is one thing. The other thing that might be of some value is this Lucky Brand multi-chain piece that has this peace symbol. Oh, I'm sorry. I do that. It's a peace symbol dove on it, and it's one of those. I just really like this a lot. I don't know why, but it's a Lucky Brand, and it has the Lucky Brand thing on it. So this probably could get $10 maybe. And this was quite intriguing, and I'm going to test it. It does not, it doesn't attract a magnet. Whatever the metal is in this, I don't know. If it's silver, I don't know. It's certainly not marked silver, but I really I thought the necklace was pretty. I thought the beads were nice, so I'll find out if it's silver. But it's definitely a nice piece. So I'll clean it. I might get another $7 or $8 on something like that. I believe there wasn't really anything else that I would even bother to show you. There was a piece of vintage jewelry, probably 70s, and I have to glue it back together, but it's a pendant. And I thought that was kind of interesting, but certainly no signed piece or anything. There were lots of beads, nothing, again, nothing that really would jump out. This I liked though, little pirate. I like that. We have a pirate festival really close to here. I think it's coming up this weekend in Vallejo. They have a pirate festival. So that might be something somebody would want. Another piece I found that I liked was this. It's a surfer piece, definitely, but it's a Hollister, and it's a Hollister 2-charm necklace. It's got a little, what looks like a surfboard with the Hollister symbol on it, and it's got a little picture of what looks like the guard, what do you call it, the lifeguard shack that they have on the beaches all over Southern California. And that's the Hollister symbol. I like that, so that I might sell the Hollister necklace with these puka shell. Well, it looks like this has got to be an anklet, maybe not. And I love this. I may keep that. That would be something where it's a puka shell necklace. So in honor of David Cassidy. But I think that would be cool together. So I may sell that as a lot. And then there wasn't anything else except, that jumped out. There were a couple of necklaces that were in decent shape. This was the last thing I found that I thought was of any interest. I'm not sure what it is. It just looks like a little pair of lucite, but it's a tiny little Dutch shoe. And I like that. So if it's probably going to go in the craft lot, but it's not going to be, because I don't think it's worth anything on its own. But I just liked it. So back up to me again. So this one, I'm pretty. It's been a day. It has been a day. Okay, so this jewelry jar. Oh, and this is the amount that I couldn't even untangle at all. I just looked to see if there's anything of like a valuable metal or anything. And then I just stopped bothering. One of them is a medic alert necklace. So I don't think I'll be buying a jar from Savers ever again. Maybe, I doubt it. Other people seem to do well, but I want to say this one was so tangled that I don't know how people do Jewelry Jar Unjarrings live, because it was so tangled. And I have untangled hundreds of pounds of jewelry. I used to buy jewelry by the pound, by 80 pounds at a time, And even this was even hard for me. Most of it was not any good. Most of it was broken. They did not put anything of any real value in the jar. I won't be buying them again for a long time. I've always had pretty good luck with Goodwill, but I have exceptional luck from my local consignment shop. And I will do that next. They put out bags, and they're more expensive. They're like $50, $60, for an 8 or 9 pound bag. But they are full of wonderful stuff. It's just things that didn't sell in the time they were supposed to at consignment, and the people didn't come back and claim them. And so they're all wearable pieces, and I have found some amazing things that wouldn't do well in a local platform. They don't do well in maybe a local consignment shop, but on a worldwide platform like eBay, they were exceptional. I bought a bag once, and it had like a 1938 count I don't know, Sacramento County Fair. I don't know. It was something very vintage. Pin. It was just a pin, like you'd put, you know, on your clothes. And it went immediately for like the entire cost of the bag, which was $50. I think I got 30 something. And then I sold one other piece and got all I wanted, 2 pieces out of the huge bag. And then the rest, I sold. So, again, savers, you really let me down. That was a high-priced jar that was extremely, very tangled. No effort had been made to not tangle it. And nothing of any real, they didn't put anything there that was, like, even nice. So, not going to be buying again from savers. So, anyway, that's okay. Because part of the deal is you learn, this is how you learn where you don't go for certain things. And I won't be doing that again. But it's not going to stop me from buying another lot of jewelry and working on that. I got a ton of jewelry out in a lot of free stuff. In fact, the things I got in that big free lot I just did a video on, the jewelry that came in there was worth a lot more money than any of this. So, savers, you really got to up your game. You know, or you're not going to get people like me in there buying a jar. I'll forget it. Why would I? Now, I could be wrong. There's one piece left. This was the one piece, maybe. That may be worth something. That may be a piece of silver with something really important. If so, then I take it all back. But in my experience, this, I don't, you know, if it's worth anything, it's maybe worth $10 to $15. So. But you know what, I'll let you all know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll owe savers an apology. I am not above an apology too much. So anyway, I'll do, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about how to wear the most expensive perfume and the best makeup and the finest skincare every single day of your life without having to pay like everybody else does for it. And it's perfectly legal. And it's not dumpster diving, which I love. I'm not into that yet, but it's not that. It's how to have the best there is all the time, anytime you want it. So that's my next video. Anyway, goodbye, and keep your eyes open for treasure.